Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking all 3 skills from the previous videos and putting them together. I'm going to be showing you 3 different ways to attach clusters together. Now in the previous 3 videos we've learned how to blow up balloons, tie them together, and then twist them together to form quads or clusters to essentially form the balloon garland. And I've got 2 of the methods that I will be showing you. Here I have my dual electric air pump. I've got 12 12-inch balloons. I think actually 1 18 inches in this mix, but it is 11 12-inch balloons and 1 18-inch balloon. And I'm gonna blow all of these up and form quads. Then I'm going to show you how to use 260s. And we've got some ribbon. And then the third method doesn't require any materials.
Staring a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes, and I keep you in my heart. In my heart is where you are. I still think
these balloons are called 260s. They stretch to 2 inches wide and 60 inches long. Might have made that up, but I'm pretty sure that's why they're called that. I don't use this method. I have before because it's what a few people told me was a good method. I don't use it. It's too costly, okay? I would have to buy so many packs of these 260s, and it's not that they're expensive, but it just adds up because you're about to see me tie these clusters together, and I'm probably gonna use like 3 or 4 of them. It is a nice tight method though. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. I'm gonna take this end, I'm gonna tie this end to my first cluster. Here's the opened end. So I'm gonna take this end and I'm just gonna give myself enough slack to bring it through the center, okay? And I'm just gonna tie and leave this really long tail, as much as I can leave. There's my first cluster. This is how I start. Now I'm gonna take my second cluster. I'm gonna take this next cluster and kind of smush it onto the first cluster. Take this really tight and wrap it. I'm gonna do a figure 8 method, okay? And here, under that cluster. And then I'm gonna go here. See how nice and tight they are together? I really do love this method. It's just not cost effective. I've got enough left to do 1 more cluster, but then I'll show you what I do when I run out. I'm running out, so I'm being pretty careful too. So look, that's how much I have left. And this is why I got sick of doing this method. But this method does have its place, okay? I just don't have to use this method for every display that I create. I'm gonna take the closed tip and tie it to what I have left. Okay, so now I have another full 260. I can do add another couple clusters. But see what I mean? It's like 2 more clusters and then you have to add another 260, 2 more, another 260. So it's a good method. I'm not knocking it. I just don't always need to use this. So there is the 260 method. And if you do have this much left over in the end, you can just hold tight, tap it, and let it go into the balloons. And you can't see it at all. It didn't matter that it was yellow. It's completely gone. So now I'm gonna show you ribbon. String, fishing line, ribbon. Just kind of put that into this category, those things into this category. I wasn't going to show you the fishing line because you just use the same method that I'm going to be using with this ribbon. So I was doing the 260 method for the longest time because I just liked, you know, how tight the balloons were. I kind of just thought that was the balloon artist way. And then I realized how many of these I was saving and had left. So you typically order my balloons from different wholesale companies now that sell really high quality balloons, but there are a lot of circumstances where I order Amazon balloons for maybe like my kids' birthday parties. Maybe sometimes it's just easy if I'm doing something quick for a family member, or if I have to order foil balloons. I do order still a lot of foil balloons from Amazon, and almost every time they come with this ribbon. And I'm about to show you why it's so awesome. This whole thing will probably put together about 6 to 7 feet of balloons. So I'll use 2 of these on like a 12-foot garland and like smash it, a Cheez-It. All right, you guys. So I've unraveled this ribbon just a little bit. And I'm just gonna tie the very end to my first cluster. And I just usually let this go to the ground like a yo-yo. Here we go. This is the method I use all the time. Okay, and I just tie it once. Okay, and I'm gonna use that figure 8 type method to wrap as tight as I can. And you're gonna see like this does look as tight as the 260 method. It pretty much is. But the 260 method really comes in handy when you're dealing with like outdoor balloon displays or bounce house balloon displays where people are jumping on your bounce house. Like, you want the balloons really tight. And the third method I'm going to show you is probably pretty foolproof for that because 1, it's free, and 2, it is probably the way to get your balloons the tightest. But you don't always need your balloons like cement. So this works, you know, if you're on a budget or if you just have a lot of this string like I did. This makes a lot of sense. Going back to this. Get it in there tight. Get it so they fit together. Like, that doesn't fit. The balloons fit like that. Wrap it to your new cluster. Wrap it under the first one and pull it snug. Now, go over this next guy, under the first cluster, pull that tight. Okay. See, looks pretty good. Rip with my hands because it rips very easily. I'm gonna rip it off with my hands. I'm gonna find the ribbon in the balloon garland, and I'm going to tie. This is kind of similar to sewing a button on a shirt. How you tie it off. So when you fill it in, I fill it in with small 5-inch clusters. I'm really not concerned that there's a little bit of space. This is a little bit more advanced, but with high quality balloons and stretchy balloons, you can totally do this next method. Here is the third and final method. Now, this method is going to be fantastic if your balloon display is outdoors or on a bounce house. And we have a bounce house at Balloonatic. So this is a method that will definitely be used for bounce house balloon garlands. I'm gonna take, this is called the neck of a balloon. And I am going to attach each cluster by the necks. This takes a lot of dexterity. So this is not my favorite way. This is the tightest way. Stand wind for sure. So those two are tied together. These two balloons are very stretchy, thank goodness. Some balloons are not. Let's see how this reflex color is. This is a really stretchy pearlized balloon. Some of them are not. Sometimes makes it impossible to do this method depending on the balloon you're using. So I'm gonna see how kind of awkward this is. This is why I do the string method, the ribbon method, or the 260 method, because it's just a little easier. But this is completely free and using no materials. So I'm taking the neck of this one and tying it to this neck. Okay, so there you have it. That was the third and final method, tying the necks together. We did the 260 method, we did the ribbon method, and then finally we used nothing but the balloon necks. And you can see this is very similar to the 260 method, maybe even tighter. Yeah, I definitely love this method, and these balloons made it simple and pretty easy to use that method. So I'm happy with how it turned out. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to be putting all of the clusters together to form about a 6 to 7 foot balloon garland. That's going to be a really fun video. We're going to add the 5-inch clusters, we're going to add the 18-inch balloon. It's going to be the full deal. Thanks so much for watching today's video. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.